Shawn Richard. I'm 35 years old from Hermitage, Tennessee, and I grew up family of five. Both parents were at home. My father passed away when I was 12, and that's kind of when I started to stray. I turned 18. I wound up in jail at CCA in Nashville, and really didn't know what I was going to do with my life. A new program was starting, Jericho Project, which was a part of Men of Valor. And I filled out the application. I was accepted, and I got to learn about Christ. I got to memorize scripture. I got to make the most of the time that I had while I was incarcerated. I was released after graduating, made parole, and just kind of got wrapped up into doing the same thing after a few months of living life and trying to do the best I could, just leaning on my own understanding. And fast forward 15 years later, off and on, I did around 7 years incarcerated, and finally just 2017 was just broken. And I knew the truth. I knew that God had bigger plans for me. I knew I was still alive for a reason. I knew that the people in my life were in it for a reason. I just reached back out to Men of Valor, and upon finishing my sentence, came to Men of Valor, Valor Ridge, and made the commitment to stay the year, to hammer out the things I've been putting off and running from for years. Overcoming addiction, overcoming avoiding responsibility, making excuses, keeping a job, making meaningful relationships, and just being honest. Even though it's not perfect or pretty or clean, I'm just honest today about where I'm at, how I'm feeling, what I'm going through, and I fight one day at a time and just, know that God's got bigger plans for my life than. So last year for Men of Valor's Radiothon, I had just gotten to campus and was listening to it through the day on the radio, and got the chance to come and serve and participate in the Radiothon, and got to answer phones and minister to people, and was put on the spot, got to talk live on the radio, which terrified me at the time, but I made it through it, and just really showed me how many people really care about me and the other men here, as far as just giving us another chance to live the life God's gave us. And I think my expectations at that point might have been just, I guess, surviving, just sorting everything out, figuring out what I needed to do, what was expected from me, and then just kind of seeing where God was going to take that. And since then, I have a job at Essex I love. I'm valued, I'm respected for what I'm doing with my life and who I am as a person. I was able to get my driver's license back, purchase a beautiful vehicle, cash. I don't have any debt. I'm able to save. I have my relationship back with my family. They love me and support me, and just, I know my mother's proud to see who I am today, and just seeing forward progress instead of hitting that rock wall I kept hitting in the past, and just pushing past that. I'm rebuilding my name. People trust me. Life is good. I think during incarceration, when you get arrested, right, is what you did, or at least what they're telling you did. You might have done more, you might have done less, but when you go to court, they're giving you a certain number. This is what your record looks like. This is the range we could prosecute you at. So in your mind, you're adding up, I did this is 8 years. I did this is 10 years. I did this is 2 years. And realistically, they could take 10 years, 8 years, 2 years. That's 20 years of your life. So in your mind, this is Shawn today. What do I look like in 20 years after prison? So I think it's a lot of men just really think about that, and who else can you cry out to but God? You know what I mean? So for them, you're really searching life. Maybe you're, God, please, if you get me out of this, I'll never do it again. I'll never, so you're pulling from all that, and maybe you're past that point. Maybe you've went to court. They've given you an out date. It's X amount of years, days away. So you're trying to find strength in a time where not everybody's friendly. Maybe you don't have your family. Maybe, you have the relationship of praying, of finding peace, of finding strength to get through this difficult time. And I think that's why a lot of men grow closer to God in jails, in prisons. Is what other time would you be broken than when you're totally helpless or you can't do anything beyond sitting in that place until they open the door and let you out? There's concrete, there's wire, there's everything, guards to hold you in that spot. So what else do you cling to but God? So I think a lot of people will build that relationship in there because of that. And for me, hearing about the Jericho Project, I was raised Catholic. I knew about Jesus. I knew about God, but it was more religious than it was relationship. So I think I just wanted to find out more about, I had the Gideon's Bible, the pocket Bible. They give you one of those when you go to jail almost every time. So I'm reading it more so as a novel than just wisdom and everything I find it for today. But reading through it and then to have the time that I've got to spend there no matter what, to where I could dig into maybe finding some meaning in life, finding some peace, finding, okay, this is what I've been doing with my life as a religion. What's the relationship part of it look like? And you find that as you go through, you read scripture, you have the Bible, explained to you. So for me, that's kind of my story of, I was broken, I was lost, I was 18, I had no direction, I missed college, I missed the military, I don't have any kids, not married. What do I do with my life? And for me, that was it. I was terrified of what the judge was going to do after the judge handed down his sentence. What am I going to do with this time while I'm here? And for me, that was a good option, and it changed my life. That's why I'm sitting on this couch today. That's why I'm talking to you. That's why I can smile. That's why my family trusts me. That's why I wake up every day and dust myself off and keep pushing, even though I don't know what tomorrow looks like.